Growing up, I often heard the phrase, practice what you preach. Maybe you've heard that too. All people mean by that is that they expect you to actually live what you say. Whether it's politically or on a more important scale spiritually, it's critical to us to have our reliability and to be trustworthy, that we do as we say. Which makes an interesting point in Matthew chapter 23. It says, "Then Jesus spoke to the crowds and to his disciples, saying, 'The scribes and the Pharisees have seated themselves in the chair of Moses. Therefore all that they tell you, do and observe, but do not do according to their deeds, for they say things and do not do them.'" Did you catch that? What Jesus is saying about the Pharisees and the scribes is they preach, but they don't practice. Listen to what they say, but don't watch what they do. And that's a big problem for us today, isn't it? I want to consider with you for just a few moments for the length of this video. Could I preach what you practice? As Christians, we often claim that this is the Word of God and that we should treat it accordingly. And so if I am living a Christian life, if I am adhering to the gospel message, I should be able to look at my life and see love and fruits of selflessness and of giving. But if I don't see those things, then I have a problem, because I could preach those from the Bible and be accurate with the Word of God, but I'm not practicing that, and that hits at my credibility. So for just a few moments, I want to consider, could I preach what you practice when it comes to three different aspects? First of all, could I preach what you practice when it comes to Bible study? In Psalm chapter 1, we understand from the writer there that he loved to meditate on the law of the Lord day and night. Do we even read or meditate on the Word of God some of the day or some of the night? Sometimes I'm left wondering, how much do I truly love God? How much do you truly love God? Wouldn't you preach that people should engross themselves in the study and the love of God by reading His Word? But do you practice it as such? You see, Christianity gets in a whole new light when you consider, could I put my life up on a screen and preach what I practice? Because our life should be so closely connected with the Bible that we could do both of those things, like with the life of Christ. But a second consideration is, can I preach what you practice when it comes to your family life and relationships? Do you love your spouse as yourself? Do you love them more than yourselves? Do you put your children's needs first? Do you look out for other people? Do you seek to help before you seek to be helped? The Bible is very clear that we should often be giving and selfless with our time, money, and pursuits. Could I preach what you practice when it comes to how you love your wife, how you take care of the needs of your children, and how much time you spend helping others? One final point is, in general, can I preach what you practice when it comes to how you live your daily life? Can I preach what you practice when it comes to the words that come out of your mouth, with the places that you go on Friday and Saturday nights? If not, we have a hypocrisy problem, just like the Pharisees and the scribes. Jesus warns the people in verse 3 of Matthew 23, "Therefore all that they tell you, do and observe, but do not do according to their deeds, for they say things and do not do them." Let's make sure that we practice what we preach, so that when we speak to others, we can preach what we practice.